This is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, do you ever find moments where you go back through your past work? Maybe a couple of old blog posts, maybe an ebook, a digital product, or maybe some TikTok videos, and you're just looking at the content and you just cringe. You're just thinking to yourself, how the hell did I think this was a great idea? Or how did I let that blog post go through that has so many spelling mistakes in it that it's just a terrible idea? Or you're looking at some of your old videos, your TikTok videos. Now, in my own case, recently I went back through, I scrolled down to the bottom of my feed and I was watching some of my earliest TikTok videos. And I mean, they were brutal. I cringe at them. When I look at them now, I'm saying to myself, how the hell did I think that that was a great video? You know, the ideas sucked. I was talking really, really quickly. I was recording those videos in the car, and rather than actually talking to the camera, I was actually shouting at the camera. So when you watch those videos, it's just brutal. Now, the great Randy Gage says that it is a good thing if you look back on your previous content and are ashamed of it. And the reason you should be ashamed of your past content is that if you can look back, see all the mistakes, see, the level, the standard you had back then was way down here compared to where you are up here, well, then that's a good sign. It means that you have grown from this spot down here up to where you are. You've seen now that, something, the quality that you thought was great 6 months ago or a year ago wasn't good enough. It means you've grown as a person. It means you've got better. Now, if you are looking at your past content and if you're not ashamed by it, well, that's a bad sign. That's something I would worry about because it means then that, you haven't upped your level. Regardless of what you're doing, you're always going to be improving. Every video I do, I know I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to be more relaxed at it. I know some of my ideas will probably get better. I'll probably not slap this microphone as often as I used to, but I'll get better the more times I do it. And even though I probably think that this video right now is perfect, I'll probably look at this video in 6 months from now. I'll probably cringe. I'll probably say, why didn't I set up a better backdrop? Why have I, worn more professional clothes or set the microphone up better? I'll probably see all those mistakes, and that's a good thing because it means that 6 months from now or a year from now, I've grown and my standards have gone up. So that's what I'd say to you today is that, sometimes, when we look back at our past content and cringe at it, we think, well, I'm crap. I'm terrible. But we're all of us, you, I, we're all on this learning journey where every single day we just get a little bit better and a little bit better. And sometimes sometimes we forget how bad we were. So maybe right now today, if you have a chance, have a look back at some of your blog posts, read some of your articles, watch some of your videos, listen back to some of your podcast episodes, and don't look at it through the lens of, oh God, I'm a terrible person, I'm a failure, I suck, or this or that. Look back at it from a point of, I've grown from then. Look what I thought was great work back then, and look at the work that I'm creating now and the difference. Sometimes we don't, when you're showing up here regularly creating content, it's very easy for us to not see the kind of small, incremental, kind of little improvements that we make every day. Sometimes we need to go back and look at our crap work to see how far we have come on from where we were at that point. And also to make us realize that our thought of perfection is a moving target. When you look back to some of those blog posts or some of those podcast episodes or some of the videos I've made, at the time I thought they were perfect. Some of those videos that are terrible, sometimes I record those videos maybe 10, 15 times before I decided that this video was perfect. But when I look back on it now, it was terrible. So always remember that perfection is a moving target. You're always getting better. Your level of perfection is always going to go up and up and up the more you stick with it. So bear that in mind today. Look back on your content, with sympathetic eyes. Don't be hard on yourself. It means you've grown from where you are. And if you, as I said, if you're not ashamed by your past work, I would worry about that because stupidly you believe that the level you're at right now is the level you're always going to be at. But you will find that in 6 months from now, in a year from now, your levels will go up higher and higher and higher. So always be ashamed of your past work. Always find the flaws and mistakes in it. Not to kind of attack yourself, but just to realize how far you've come, how far your perfection levels have come, how far your knowledge have come, how far your experience has come, how you've grown as a person. So bear that in mind today, that maybe, if you're maybe, thinking to yourself, well, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not progressing. Have a look at some of your past work and you realize how bad you were and how far you've come from then. And realize that the point you're at right now is not a fixed point. That a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you will be really surprised by the person you are. But make sure that you're showing up consistently. Make sure you're working on your craft. Make sure you're recording your videos, that you are writing your blog posts, that you're creating your ebooks regularly, that you're giving yourself a chance to grow. The more times you come back here, the more opportunities you have for growing. So bear that in mind today. Be ashamed of your past work, because that is a good sign. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.